Hello everybody, I'm meteorologist Brad Winter from Region Weather Live, your YouTube source for weather across the Dakotas and Minnesota, and this is your fast forecast for the week. All right, and we have a lot to talk about as we have this storm system that's going to be moving into the region here. We're going to start off by Tuesday morning at 6 a.m. and we can see some rain beginning to move into South Dakota and Minnesota with some snow out in the western portions of the Dakotas. Now, as we move this along to 9 a.m. and noon on Tuesday, we can see some freezing rain beginning to occur into eastern portions of North Dakota, northern parts of Minnesota, with that rain continuing to push northward throughout the day and that snow continuing out in the west. Now, as we get closer to that 6 p.m. time frame on Tuesday, you can see that cold air really begins to move into the region and into the storm, and that rain begins to transition over to snow. Now, where exactly this rain snow line will be very critical for some of you as to how much snow you will actually receive. So as this potentially shifts east or west, will determine exactly how much snow you will receive. But at this point, this is kind of where it's looking at 6 p.m. on Tuesday evening. And then as we get deeper into the night by 9 p.m. and eventually by midnight, you can see that cold air continues to take over this storm system and continues to push snow further eastward across much of Minnesota. Now, after the midnight time frame, here we are by 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. on Wednesday. That storm system really kicks out pretty quickly, and so that snow moves along with it. Now, with that will also be some strong northerly winds behind this storm system. So as that snow falls behind it, we're going to be seeing some gusty winds. And here you can see as we go through the night, Tuesday night and into early Wednesday morning, gusts of 40 to 50 miles per hour out of the north into eastern portions of the Dakotas and into Minnesota. So that's very likely going to be causing some very hazardous travel conditions, some visibilities nearing zero in through parts of the region. And we're going to take a look at who's got the biggest impact of those blizzard conditions here in just a bit, but we're going to start off by taking a look at a couple of graphics. And this first one's going to be the timing of snow. Now, this is by 6 p.m. for all of you here in green. So that basically means sometime before 6 p.m., you're going to be looking at some snow occurring. Now, mind you, for some of you in through Minnesota, you could start off as rain before that snow takes over, which means you're going to be laying down a layer of liquid before this snowfall begins to occur, which means some of those roads could really become slippery as that rain freezes then to the roadways. But for those of you here in green, we're looking by 6 p.m. on Tuesday evening is by when we're looking at that snow transitioning over. For those of you here in blue, we're looking at between that 6 p.m. time frame. Sorry, folks, I have Wednesday. That should be Tuesday evening. So in between 6 to 9 p.m. on Tuesday for those of you here in the blue. And then for those of you here in the yellow, we're looking in between that 9 to midnight time frame when that snow will begin to occur. All right, snowfall amounts, again, this is very early guesstimate, but for those of you here in the purple, we're looking at somewhere in that 4 to 7 inch range right now. Now, mind you, I did mention where that rain snow line sets up exactly and how quickly it does really is going to determine how much snow you will receive. So keep that in mind, but right now, this is kind of where we're looking at the most snowfall to occur. For those of you here in the blue, we're looking at anywhere in between the 3 to 5 inch mark. For those in the yellow, we're looking at in between 1 to 3. Now, there is some question down here in the southwest, south central parts of South Dakota. Perhaps you might see even less than an inch, but it's really, really up in the air at this point. So I've kind of left you in that 1 to 3 inch mark. And the remainder of you here in the green, we're looking at an inch or less. And that's, of course, for those of you down here in the southeastern parts of Minnesota, you're going to be really hanging on to that rain before it transitions over to snow. And then by the time it does, really that storm system is on its way out, so we're really not expecting a whole lot of snow for you down there. Now, for any of you here in this black circle, we're looking at the potential for at least some blowing snow. So some reduced visibilities, some slippery road conditions because of the blowing and drifting. And so that's going to be an area of concern as we go Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. But for those of you in this red circle here, this is where I think the best potential, at least at this point, is for near blizzard or possibly even blizzard conditions. So just south of Grand Forks, including Fargo, Detroit, Lakes, Fergus Falls, Alexandria, maybe just missing Bemidji at this point, but really this is kind of where the main concern is for that near zero visibility. So for those of you right along I-94 in through here, just keep that in mind, particularly as we get into Wednesday morning. All right, everybody, that's your fast forecast. For more detailed update, click on the link below and you'll get a full detail exactly what's expected with this storm. So make sure you click on that if you want more information. All right, everybody, for Region Weather Live, I'm meteorologist Brad Warner, and everybody have a good day.